From somewhere below the surface of the Midwest, in the studio wing of the adult fans of Nerf's secret bunker, this is the AFoN Show. With your hosts, Mr. K and Mr. S.
Hello Nerf Nation! I'm Mr. K.
I'm Mr. S.
And welcome to the Adult Fans of Nerf Show. Today, we're going to be talking about games.
We like to play games.
Absolutely. Mr. S and myself are both, in fact, game designers.
We got our bachelors. Yay!
But we kind of fell into this. We love doing it, and we love playing games. So, games are something that we like to talk about.
Yep, definitely.
The first game that we're going to be talking about is the disc shot. Now this is a little accessory that Nerf came up with, much like the Nitron, shoots discs. But these discs are flat, shoots them straight up in the air.
Using a flywheel.
Using a flywheel. The flywheel inside this beast.
Dusty.
I haven't used it in a little while.
Because it's hard.
It is hard. It is very difficult to do. Even with the little
indicator thingy.
The cheat indicator.
Cheat indicator.
Because this allows you basically to see where it's going to pop up.
Moves back and forth. You push the button on here, and that makes it move back and forth. And then the launch button obviously does just that. It shoots the disc out wherever it stops.
Yep.
And
you can change the height that you want to make it shoot. Here in the bunker, we really don't have a problem with height. We can shoot it as high as we want to.
Sky's the limit, almost literally.
Almost literally. The disc load in back with this little thing pops in there and presses the disc forward. I think you can keep like 12 in here, thereabouts.
Yeah, about.
So yeah, this is
it's fun.
Thing.
It's good for indoor and outdoor because you can change the height on it. It's incredibly difficult. I mean, you got to be a crack shot with something that's not very accurate to begin with in order to actually hit the discs. I can't do it.
Yeah, I had trouble, and you know, playing with it out in.
You better hope there's no wind.
Yeah, you better hope there's no wind. Yeah, because if you think that board discs fly with wind, these things are probably they're a little heavier, but they're big and. Yeah.
There's more surface area for the wind to catch, so they can go farther.
Yep. And in the vein of targets, we have the Tech Target.
Tech Target's pretty cool. It's battery operated. It uses the sucker dart, so it has smooth surfaces all around it. It's got 3 different modes of play.
Yep.
We talked about it a little bit last episode. It's decent. It's nifty. It works pretty well.
Yep, it does work pretty well. I mean, the darts stick to it fairly well as long as you keep the play area clean.
Yep. If you hit it in the border areas between the sensors, darts will fall, so you might have to do some redos, but que sera.
Yep. It mimics a dartboard pretty well. I mean,
it does.
It'd be nice if maybe Nerf came out with more of a dartboard style accessory. You know, you could actually play darts with darts.
It's an amazing idea.
But yeah, I mean, it's a nice accessory to hang on your wall.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a nice target to shoot at. You know, it doesn't make much noise at all.
It's coming in a couple different colors. The green and blue, which is the older one, it has been done in the newer N-Strike colors as well. It's come with a couple different blasters. Did it come with the green and blue Scout?
Yes, it did come with the green and blue.
Okay, and it came with the Reflex.
Yep.
And then the other one.
The other one, the Night Finder looking one. Right now, as far as I know, the ones I've seen in stores come with the Reflex.
That's the newer one. That's the N-Strike version.
Yep, I think first it came with the Scout, then it came with the Night Finder looking one, and then now it comes with the Reflex.
If any of you out there know the name of that other one that came with it, let us know, because we don't know.
Yeah, I don't even know if I've ever even looked it up. So, but the next one, the next target that we have is the Dart Tag Target.
Dart Tag Target's kind of cool. It's smaller than the Tech Target. So it's easier for like offices, dorm rooms, places that don't have a lot of wall space.
Yep. And a neat feature of it is the little orange holder that holds the darts and
as
blasters.
well as the blasters,
Yep.
little dart tag reflexes.
You can detach it, flip it around, and you can use it as a stand. So if you
Table
have,
ready.
yeah, it's table ready. I mean, if you don't have a wall that you can mar up with a nail or a tack or whatever, you can set it on a desk and still play.
Still be able to play.
Yep. The only downside is it's kind of wonky.
Springy.
A little springy.
Springy. It doesn't have any support in the back, so the closer that you get in toward the center 100-point target, it bounces more. So the dart doesn't stick as well, and it does knock some of the other surrounding darts off. But
Yep. But I mean, if you play with it enough, I'm sure you'll be able to get around that or figure out some way of, making it work better.
or it'll piss you off and you won't use it anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I was excited for it. A little less excited after I got it and found out that darts kind of bounce off a little bit, but
It is what it is. It's the first exclusive dart tag target like this that I've seen.
yeah, I mean, it's the first dart tag target that they've had.
And it's a perfect way to get people these little things, little
Absolutely.
dart tag reflexes that I like. It's
I
just
like these too. I mean, they're a nice little blaster, and they're kind of rounded in the vein of dart tag, where dart tag tends to be a little bit more rounded.
It doesn't have a tactical rail, but it works pretty much the same as a reflex. It's got the spring that pops out here, but it's got dart storage in the bottom, which is always a good thing. When you want to use it, you just pull this little piece out here, which does give you a little bit extra room around your fingers, and it fits the dart snugly in there, so you at least have 2 shots instead of 1.
Yep, it doesn't fit a dart nearly as well if it's in, but it does actually fit. You're gonna
It
bend
does
your dart
fit,
though.
and
So yeah,
it's a nifty little redesign. I say I probably will prefer the original reflex better, but these are a nice addition to the dart tag line.
Yep, it's a nice supplement, a little blaster, because, I mean, really the dart tag doesn't have a tiny blaster, a micro blaster.
No.
Whereas N-Strike has the Secret Strike
and
the Jolt now.
the Jolt. Now we like the Jolt.
We do like the Jolt. And the original Reflex, and dart tag really doesn't have a little pea shooter.
No, the closest they have is the new one now.
The Sharpshooter. Sharp shot?
I have no idea.
Dart tag
Oh,
names
no.
are so hard to remember. I wish they would just put them on the blaster. I'd probably remember them easier.
Yeah, that was a good thing about N-Strike, was you could read it and know what it is.
The next target is probably my favorite. It's a recent acquisition of mine. I wasn't able to find it anywhere in the United States, so I had to wait for it to pop up on eBay, and I believe they're sold in the UK. I think that's where this came from.
If you out there know if we can find this in the States, please let us know, because this thing is really cool.
This is the target carpet.
Target carpet.
It's a carpet that's a target.
Yeah, it's got backing like an actual rug. You could use it as a rug if you wanted to. It's got eyelets for hanging it on the wall. It's nice big looped carpeting. It fits the darts, holds the darts. There we go. Really securely, snugly. This thing is great. It's awesome.
It is. I mean, you could shoot this thing from almost any distance and still land a hit.
Yeah. And it's nice big surface areas, so you can use it with the large capacity blasters as well as the smaller ones, which is better in my mind than the smaller dart tag target, because that thing's so small. If you try to use a swarm fire on it, you're not going to get anything to hit.
Probably not. You're going to probably bounce everything off.
Everything's going to bounce off. This thing will grab them and you're good to go.
Absolutely. You could even probably rig up a Vulcan with some
That would be cool.
some dart tag darts and probably blast away at this thing all day.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is pretty neat. I wish that they would bring it to America.
Yep.
At least we've never seen it in America.
We've never seen
Stores that carry Nerf, I've never seen anything like
No.
this. So it's really great. It's a lot better than the bibs, even.
Be cool if we could make carpet bibs.
That would be interesting.
Carpet bibs.
We could take some carpet samples and make some vests out of them. Yes, be a pretty good idea. Fit me a lot better than the jersey.
Okay, you wear the carpet bib, I'll wear the jersey. We'll see which one works better.
All right, let's do that. So that is
That's great.
the Target carpet. It's a great product.
It really is, yeah. Like I said, if any of you have seen that, know of any stores, even like smaller novelty stores that would have it, shoot us a link. Let us know. 'Cause
Yeah,
they're great.
I've even done some research online. I can't even find it online, at least in stock online. Amazon has it,
But it's out of stock.
but it's out of stock, and they don't know when they'll get more. So, but in the original package, it comes in kind of a plastic bag type like thing with a zipper, like you would get
like a quilt or a bed set.
like you'd get a bed set in.
Okay.
Kind of weird. It also comes with the Dart Tag Reflex
Oh,
and
it
a couple
does?
of darts. Yep.
Really? I didn't know that.
You could probably use, it'd be nice if it almost came with any Dart Tag blaster.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
it's the target's a little overkill for the Dart Tag Reflex.
Just because it's so big,
Yeah,
but I don't know. It's cool.
it is cool.
Moving on.
Moving on.
We have an interesting little piece. This thing is kind of it's a card game. It's a gentleman's duel. It's almost everything you could want to play with Nerf. The Quick Blast game, like I said, it comes with an actual 52 card deck with 2 jokers of playing cards. Not the greatest of quality card stock. It's a little flimsy, but it's cool.
It is cool. It's nice to have a Nerf set of cards. I wish they made these on better card stock.
Like a Hoyle or a Bicycle deck of these things would be really cool.
It would be nice. Just sell them separately.
Yeah, I'd buy them.
Yeah, totally.
Hell, I have Power Ranger cards, for crying out loud.
Careful, you're dating yourself.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of different games that you can play with this set.
We haven't actually played the game by the rules that come with it.
No, we kind of opened the package and it was like, ooh, look at all these
shooting
things.
gallery! Yay!
So yeah, it comes with a bunch of these like cardboard
giant
target
cards.
things. Yeah, they're giant cards. They have all of the face cards from the suits except for
the hearts, because the hearts were the human characters. These are all of the bad guy robot-y things. But they have little plastic stands that you slide the cards in, and you can set them up like a shooting gallery. And we did that for a few hours. I was a better shot than Mr. K.
In the shooting gallery, you were a better shot.
Yes, I was.
But overall, I'm a better shot.
I beg to differ, my friend. I beg to differ.
Who?
I smell a challenge coming on.
This is a challenge. The next episode you see will be us having a challenge of skill.
Skill?
Yes.
Right.
This episode will be the last episode of the year because we need a vacation.
We've been servicing you guys for quite a while. It's time for us to get a little R&R.
Absolutely. So we are going to come back next year, hopefully January. I don't see any reason why we wouldn't come back in January. But when we come back in January, we'll duke it out.
Test the skill.
Yep. Because as you saw in the opening, I won the quick draw competition.
Yeah, come on now. Really? You're gonna bring that up?
Yes, because how many times did we do that?
We did probably like 4 or 5 takes, and yes, you got me every time. But I was using that bunk whiteout Maverick of yours. Plus, I was trying to draw with my right hand, and I'm left-handed, boy. Come on now, you got to give a southpaw his due.
All right, so
the tactical vest has the holster on the right side, so I couldn't do with my good hand.
all right, so we'll remedy that, and we'll figure out some competition for us to have. But yeah, the Quick Blast game is pretty sweet. There's a couple of different games that you can play with it. I mean, like as we said, you can even create your own game. Because I mean, the 4 ways that they have to play on here are basically modified card games.
Yeah, basically.
Because I mean, they have End Strike, End Flict, End Rage, End List. and it runs the gamut from war to blackjack.
War to blackjack. You got a couple of like these two. The two games in the middle are kind of like rummy. End Strike is basically war. Well, End Flicked is war. It says right here, the game of war, Nerf style. But yeah, they're just modified card games with the blasters included for extra added fun. I think it's funner to do it as a shooting gallery myself.
Yep.
And you can set it up as a gentleman's duel.
Yep. You put 2 reflex blasters that it comes with on this board. You set it on a table.
Walk 10 paces, turn, and fire. That's right.
And if you really want to, and you're an adult, you can turn it into a drinking game. Could be a little dangerous, using Nerf blasters while under the influence.
I would recommend
So
vision
be
gear.
Careful. Yes.
Yeah.
Vision gear is important.
Vision gear is important. Always drink and Nerf safely.
Yes. If you're an adult.
Yes. Don't drink if you're a kid. Cops don't like that. Well, they don't. That's why they call it a minor.
All right, we can't talk about games without leaving it leave out
The video games.
the video games.
There have been a few of them, here and there.
In the past, they've had 3 games.
That have actually made it.
Well, no, 2 games that have made it. 1 that didn't. They had Max Force, the video game, but it was canceled due to budget.
Canceled so quickly, we don't even know what platform it was supposed to come out for.
Yep, I'm not even sure. But after that, 4 years later, in '99, there was a game called Nerf Junior Foam Blaster.
Attack of the Kleptons! I love that name. Kleptons! We're gonna steal everything and run away with it because we're Kleptons!
This game had a little light blaster. It was a PC game. Much like the Duck Hunt gun. It allowed you to shoot at your computer without actually damaging it. Didn't shoot anything other than the little light
beam,
whatever it is. But it was styled in the style of a Nerf gun at the time. So yeah, that was really the first released
kids game.
Yep, it was a kid. It was intended towards even younger kids than I think most Nerf guns are for now. But after that, we had a very popular game, Nerf Arena Blast.
That was basically just an Unreal mod, wasn't it?
Pretty much. I mean, it wasn't a mod, but it was based on the Unreal Engine.
Okay, so they used what everybody else used to make the Unreal game to make a Nerf game. It's very common in the video game industry.
Yep. It was a pretty good game.
It was. People still play it now, and it came out in the late '90s.
Yep. I'm sure there's still servers up that you can even play on now. It's just an old FPS with Nerf blasters. And of course, in the modern era of consoles, we have End Strike for the Wii.
And the Wii is actually kind of a great platform to do something like this on because it is motion controlled. You get a little bit better performance than just like a light ray or a light gun or an infrared or something like that. Because that's really what the Wii is designed for, is this kind of play.
Yep. Now this is probably the first attachment for the Wiimote that actually made it into a gun style thing.
Oh yeah.
I don't think there was one before this, and then there've been plenty of copycats since.
There was the licensed Nintendo one that had the spot for the nunchuck in the back. It was kind of a double-handed thing.
Oh,
but
yeah.
That thing's not very good. This thing, I swear by this. I will use it for every rail shooter, shoot 'em up game on the Wii. It's just that good. The switch shot is so cool. Not only is it just a little Nerf blaster, but push the little button here, make the thingy fold down, pop your Wiimote right in there. It's got a hole in the back so you can still use the nunchuck with it. This thing is great.
The only downside is that it doesn't really, the tactical rail on the bottom doesn't really work.
It's a little superfluous.
It doesn't work with pretty much any tactical rail accessory that's in existence, except for the foregrip. The foregrip would work on it.
There you go.
I mean, I can see it being kind of useful. I mean, if you're playing the game, you can use it to steady yourself.
I can see that. You could use it. You could use the bipod, and you could get down there and you could aim like this on a table. Yep. That would be cool.
And
the game itself,
the functionality in the game was awesome.
It was pretty good.
But the game itself was
The selection of blasters was pretty cool. There was a lot of custom versions of Nerf blasters that we know and love, and there are a few like the Raider and the Stampede, right?
And even the Long Strike.
Even the Long Strike were first premiered in this game.
I mean, they're not exactly the same.
No, there have been some modifications to them, and I don't think the Stampede had the name Stampede in the game.
No, I believe it was
called something else. But video game influence has made physical blasters, and we hope to see more of that in the future because there was some really cool stuff in this game.
Absolutely, and the thing is the blasters in the game didn't inspire the blasters that came out. The blasters that came out inspired the game. While they're being made, all the designs that you see in the games are actually designs that the people at Nerf came up with and put in the game. Doesn't necessarily mean that you'll see all of the blasters.
No, because they came up with some weird ammo types to support the weird blasters that they had in that game.
Yeah, I mean, what did one of them shoot? Like a kickball?
Mega balls, boom! Yeah, it was like a kickball that got shot out of there. I'd like that. I really, really would, but I don't think we're going to see it anytime soon.
No, I would probably pay a pretty penny for that.
I'd do that.
Yeah.
Better than a Titan.
Yeah. I think you could probably knock a kid out.
Yeah. So that was interesting. The first N-Strike game was interesting. Now, a year later, they came out with the second one, N-Strike Elite, which was, I don't know, they turned it into more of a rail shooter, which is cool to me. I like rail shooters. They gave you better two-player functionality.
Better customizability. You could customize
You actually could customize your blasters in the second one. In the first one, you couldn't really at all.
Yeah, you just had
you could unlock customized blasters, but you couldn't customize it yourself. You can do that in the second one.
Yep, and it's a really neat feature to add to it.
Oh, definitely, definitely. But you can customize them in real life. Why not do it in the game too?
Yep. But one of the best features of the game and most interesting feature is this.
The red reveal.
The red reveal. Now, it's kind of a pain to get off.
It fits on there really snugly. Like
it
so
does.
Snugly, you almost don't think that it comes off.
Yeah,
but it does come off.
Yeah, it does come off. I mean, it is pretty much the same blaster with that accessory.
Yep.
But that's not a bad thing.
No, it's not. No, because they made the switch shot so good. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, it works very well as a Wii accessory, and that's pretty much what it was meant to be. But it's also a blaster.
It's also a Nerf blaster. The red reveal is kind of cool. In game, it would show enemy weaknesses, help you get passwords, and things like that. You didn't have to have it up all the time, but with the push of a button, you could flip it up in front of your vision and see stuff.
Yep. Made the game a little bit more interesting.
A little bit more interesting. All in all, I think Elite is a better game than the first one.
Yep, they fixed some of the problems, some of the issues with it. But neither one of the games is really what I'd like to see out of a Nerf game.
There's a lot that you could do with that, especially with Kinect. There's a lot of awesomeness you could do with Kinect. There's if none of you have the Xbox with the Kinect, it's cool. Kinect is a lot better than the Wii as far as accuracy of motion control. There's a little app.
Be using full body motion, because the Wii really, it just has the Wiimote. There's a lot of balance board, whatever, But
yeah, but when you're playing with just the Wiimote, there's a lot that you can cheat with. You don't have to be standing up to golf. You can sit in your chair and you're golfing. But for the Kinect, you actually have to be doing the stuff. But anyway, it would be cool to actually be able to hold your Nerf blaster in front of your Kinect camera, scan it in, and then you have your own customized Nerf blaster in your video game. That would be cool.
It would be cool. I mean, you know what? there's certain negative aspects that people would probably see in a game like that. You know, you'd have to buy more blasters to play the game, but I mean that wouldn't necessarily be the case.
Well, no, you can make the scan and play feature optional, so you can just play with stock blasters, unlock them in the game, and
just
DLCs, and
give people a small bonus if they actually own the blasters. Say a different skin for the blaster, different accessory. It doesn't give you a big lead in anything, but you know, it's something interesting to add to the playability.
There's a lot of potential.
Yep, and it you know, you can actually use the blaster, you know, and track it like you would with the Wiimote.
But you wouldn't be using a Wiimote. You would actually just be using your toy to control yourself in game.
Yeah, and I think that it could very well be done, and I won't say it should be done, but I'd really like to see it.
Yeah, the technology is there, if not there, almost there. It would be cool to use it.
Yeah. And I know that Nerf will bring plenty of games in the future to add to the playability of the Nerf blaster.
Of course, there's just too much cool stuff out there for them not to continue what they're doing, even if it's just variants on what they've already put out there. The games make the blasters, which are toys, more fun to play with.
Yep, and you know, there's plenty of ways for them to expand the games that they have out there and add to them. You know, I mean, we have yet to see a game made to play with the Vortex disc. You know, you could have a little frisbee golf station that you could shoot your blasters at.
That would be cool.
You could play Frolf with your Vortex discs.
Let's do it. Let's do it. I'll do that.
Yeah. I think it'd work pretty well.
Yes.
Although it would be a pain to try and find the discs in the grass.
Paint them orange. At least the center part, make it orange. Or pink.
Pink.
But you like orange.
I do like orange.
So as we said, this is going to be our last episode of the year. Everybody have a safe and happy holiday season, and we'll catch you in 2012.
Absolutely, because the world's not going to end until the end of the year.
Until the end of the year. So we'll still be here bugging you until then.
Absolutely.